Hello, lovely humans. This week we are continuing the whole reset and get our life together process. Since graduating and getting licensed for physical therapy, ooh, yeah, I am gradually trying to get my life back on track.
Make good choices!
For the most part, the last week, I haven't really been perfect with my diet, and we've eaten out a lot because I've been so busy focusing on all the household projects that I haven't had time to get done for the last 3 years. But those are finally caught up, things are feeling a little more balanced, and I figured this would be a perfect way to start a reset week where we do not go out to get fast food at all, because your girl needs to get her life together. Today is Saturday, and I think that's a perfect freaking day to start with being fast food free because it gave me the opportunity to get some groceries and lots of fruit. We're going to ignore the croissants as our breakfast thing, but I'm not trying to be, perfect diet the entire week. What I'm trying is to have a balanced diet, continue focusing on my fruits and veggies, which has actually gone very well since graduating. So yay, finally progress in some direction. Because normally that was hard for me to do, is have those fruits and veggies. It was just like impossible and I was just living on carbs. But we've got our fruits and veggies in and I am very excited. So let's get this week started. So the first day was actually really rough because I was having like a fiendish dessert craving. And so what I ended up doing, instead of ordering crumble cookies like I really wanted to, because let's be honest, if you have a whole cookie, it's like 800 calories and it's just not worth it. And I really didn't want to pay like 20 bucks to have something delivered. So I went through a barrage of Pinterest recipes, trying to find something that would be like a healthy dessert. And as it turns out, a lot of those quote unquote healthy desserts really don't taste good. So my trash can got super full. And there's everything known to mankind strewn across my kitchen from my baking attempts.
You're messy.
But that's okay. I ultimately came up with like a mug cake that was functional to satisfy sugar cravings, and at least I didn't spend like 20 bucks getting a ton of calories delivered to me. So, hey, progress. So, to distract myself from the multitude of fast food that I would love to be eating, your girl has been gardening. Let me show you my handiwork. Obviously, we still have some weeds in the driveway to work on, but we are gradually getting things planted. I got a couple rogue weeds that I gotta pull. That little yellow one's struggling, but she's working on it. The purple, whatever the heck it is, that I never know the names of anything, has been coming up like a freaking weed, but pretty. And over here, we're starting to get some blooms. My mom is struggling from last year. And you got lots of little pops of color. I'm still trying to get everything to take root. And this one has been growing like a beast. It's a little messy, but I honestly love this one because you get the big old like dumbbell looking yellow flowers and the bees go nuts for it. Butterflies have been in and out of this garden all day long, and I am gradually getting it put together. Look at this. Look at this lovely bloom.
Shine bright like a diamond.
And then we just got these guys planted today. Obviously, I need more mulch. It's freaking hard. Oh god. Oh, I thought a wasp landed on me, but I have a heart attack. Okay. It's freaking hard to not like go out to eat all the time when you're just used to it. But it's really exciting to have something that's like basically by default being physical exercise and keeping me active, but also something that lets me get like excited about life. It's really easy to just boredom eat because you've got nothing like exciting to live for, not like in an off yourself kind of way, but like in a held hostage by school kind of way. So all you do is study. Now that I don't have to do that, I'm kind of rediscovering some fun stuff that I love, like gardening and trying to keep plants alive. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you are struggling to not go out to eat all the time, maybe find yourself a hobby. It helps. Because when you're not bored, you don't get a snacky. Not only have I been super grateful to finally have time to spend with my family since graduating, but I'm finding that getting to do simple things with my mom, like just chilling and doing a puzzle for a few hours, is actually drastically cutting down on my impulse control issues because I feel fulfilled in other ways that don't require food, and it's amazing. As the week went on, I spent more and more time working in my garden and enjoying the blooms, and it was so fulfilling and really has helped tremendously with my like desire to eat out. It's amazing. Like I can't even fathom this. If you guys are struggling at all with not eating out, I would highly recommend stocking up on fruit for the summer. It is delicious and definitely takes care of those sweet cravings. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I've been doing to keep myself sane and away from all the junk food. Kitty Snuggles, of course. Obviously, we've already finished dinner, or she would not be allowed on this table because she is a nosy gremlin. Dinner was a slow cooker version of chicken and dumplings, which, while it looks kind of like slop, it was actually pretty freaking delicious. I'm going to post the link to the Pinterest recipe below. The only thing I added that wasn't in the recipe was like a can of mixed veggies just to have a little extra veggies, and frankly, it was delicious. Ignore the messy counter, but I also got to enjoy some clippings from my garden today. It's beautiful. Yes, Beto, we hear you. She's demanding attention right now. She's a very odd child and likes to be jostled. Like, she'll scream at you until you pick her up and just wiggle her around like that, and she gets all happy. It's ridiculous. The other thing that is keeping us sane and away from the fast food? Exercise. Today we are going to continue on trying to be healthy and active, and that means that I just pulled up to the gym, even though I frankly have zero desire to work out right now. So I'm just going to get my butt in there, do my thing, run some errands, and then your girl has an interview. I'm kind of nervous. It's my first legit interview since graduating, and I haven't had an interview in 10 years because I've been at the same company. So kind of nervous, big girl, big job interview. Okay.
1 hour later.
Okay. I'm gross, I'm sweaty, and it is hot as heck in this car, but I have to have the air off to film because it's noisy, so I'm going to make this quick. I only got to film a very small amount of my workout, basically just the warm-up, because there was a million freaking people at the gym. Let me also just do a PSA here. If you are working out next to a machine and you're using that machine to hold your phone, your water bottles, your keys, don't do that. Put it on the ground next to you because you're keeping someone else who actually needs that machine from using it, and it's rude. So, gym etiquette 101. Okay, but I did my workout. Now it's off to Home Depot, and then I gotta go get ready for my interview and shower because I am a sweaty beast. Thank you, Texas. Oh. And how am I gonna fit this in my car? Okay, gotta load all this stuff up. Get yourself a hatchback, makes things a whole lot easier. Okay. And you know what's sad? Only thing I'm thinking about right now is how much I want to go get donuts because I passed the donut shop on the way here. Still struggling. I did, at least by some freakish miracle, manage to not stop for donuts on the way home, though it was hard. Okay, I just pulled into the first place ever that I'm going to have an interview at to be a physical therapist, so keep your fingers crossed for me because your girl is nervous. Whew, okay, gotta go do an interview. One interview later. Whew, okay. I just finished my interview. I am like a bundle of nerves, partially because I was excited, partially because, it was an interview and I was just nervous. Y'all probably know that I talk kind of fast if you've ever seen my videos before.
Obviously.
But nervous me talks a lot faster, and I think it went okay overall. I was literally in my head going, for the love of God, Heather, slow down. Why are you talking so fast? And then I was so nervous, I felt like my first instinct was to fly through a monologue of whatever question they were asking me, except for then I was so nervous that I was focusing on being nervous and I was like, oh my God, what did they ask me? Nerves suck. But it's one of those, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I think I'd actually like that place, so we'll see. But yeah, definitely a little nervous. Okay, I am home, which means that I had 20 minutes in the car to obsess over the fact that I probably sounded like a caffeinated squirrel in that interview because I was talking so fast. Fun times. What that normally would mean is that I probably stopped somewhere on the way home because I was anxious and stressing, and normally I'd be having road rage real bad. And the only thing that makes me feel better is getting some garbage through a drive-thru. So I decided to take a preemptive measure because I knew I was going to be nervous on the way to and from this interview. I left myself something at home to look forward to that was nowhere near as calorie-filled as what I would have gotten at a freaking drive-thru. Lindor truffles. They're delicious. Obviously, it's not healthy, but think of it in the terms of lesser of two evils. 2 Lindor truffles, as opposed to, say, 4 donuts and a croissant or something. Big difference in calories. So yeah, little splurge versus ginormous struggle bus. Also, the fact that I already picked them out in advance and they were on my counter waiting for me, that is what gave me the motivation to not go through those drive-thrus. So I'm planning ahead to where I have something else to look forward to. Highly recommend.
24 hours later.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. Sorry, I'm not trying to make this be like a YouTube channel where I cry all the time, but they called me back this morning. The place that I interviewed back with yesterday, I got the job. I'm so excited. Literally, there was like 2 places that were like dream job, and that one is one of them. I feel so freaking blessed. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like spitting because I'm so excited. That's attractive. Your girl is gonna start work as a PT. I'm so excited. I also have literally like 2 more interviews and 1 other place that's interested. And since I'm doing PRN, which is basically kind of like part-time as needed but pays a little better, I can actually have a pretty well-balanced schedule. I'm so excited right now. Oh my gosh. And you know what's cool? This is the first time in a while where I've just been excited about something and haven't felt the need to go through a drive-thru to celebrate. Like, I feel like I'm finally starting to kind of break through those like cheesy emotional related bonds with food, and it's pretty freaking awesome. I've slept, I feel rested, I feel revitalized. I look like a sweaty hot mess because I've been working in the yard, but even that gets me supercharged because y'all heard a lot about my garden in this like freaking video. But like, oh my gosh, things are changing for the better. And like, this is my last day of this challenge, which means we made it. And I think the biggest thing that I have realized from doing this challenge is because, you know, I've done challenges before on this channel where I tried to go without fast food, and it was so much harder. This is the first time where it's actually felt doable, and it has nothing to do with my relationship. Well, it has a little bit to do with my relationship with food. Let me just tell y'all, if you are having issues with basically like impulse control, going to get fast food, all that jazz, you need to look at the other things. Let me set this camera down because I'm wiggling it everywhere. Okay, there. Now you don't have to deal with it shaking every 5 seconds. Sorry. Okay, so if you guys are having issues with impulse control with food and you feel like you just cannot stop eating garbage and going out to eat, I want to encourage y'all to take a look at the other areas in your life, because honestly, those play a huge role and people do not realize the extent of how big of a role they play. Like, if you're not getting enough sleep and you have impulse control issues, they're going to get worse. When you're stressed, it's going to be way easier to gain weight. It's also way easier to give in to those impulses. When you have nothing going on in your life that's fulfilling, like, you know, held hostage by grad school, so fun, it's a whole lot easier to just depend on food for your joy because you feel like you have nothing else there. So literally take a look at all the other aspects in your life first and see if you can find more balance there. It's going to make everything so much easier. I've said for the past 2 years how exhausting it is to feel like I have to pay attention to every single bite that I put in my mouth. Not in the sense of being restrictive, but in the sense of just to make sure I don't go wild. And that's because I felt like I had nothing else in life I could really get excited for. And now I'm finding balance, and it's amazing how much easier it is to make good decisions when the other areas of your life are fulfilled. We did it. It's getting better. God willing, I'm actually losing weight. The reason I have not weighed myself in this challenge is because I'm currently in a challenge to not use the scale, just to see how that would affect things. So we don't get a before and after, but mood-wise, I can say we did it and it got better. Heck yes. So, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Seriously, I love it when you guys comment below and just tell me what's going on in your life. And if I can encourage you in any way, by all means, let me know. So I will see you lovely humans next Friday. Bye-bye.